So there's no threat to the Progressive Caucus. Remember that MK is the largest player in the Progressive Caucus in Parliament with 58 MPs. So in a way, MK is being the largest. It has to give direction. And we're hoping that not only to maintain the Progressive Caucus, but to grow it. Because some of the organizations that found themselves on the wrong side of the divide, such as the PAC, the UDM, and others, actually belong to this side. You'll remember when the Progressive Caucus was announced on the 14th of June, those organizations were sitting at the table. And so that's the spirit in which the Progressive Caucus will be approached. As far as look, the organization has made itself clear about the polemics or debates with other organizations. Our approach is very simple. Our members, and this is in our constitution, are enjoined by the constitution itself not to respond to any provocation, and in particular, not to attack other progressive forces. If other people want to do that, that's fine. That is their decision. It's a free country. But we will not be falling into that trap. You know, where we are now here, those of us who are old enough to have been in this space in the 80s will know that this place we are in here was standing on the blood of people. That this particular area in KZN, thousands and thousands and thousands of our people died for nothing because of so-called political rivalry. So we shall never participate in fomenting that kind of history. And we will never regard any organization, let alone a progressive one, as our enemy. The word enemy is a very strong one. It's used only when you intend to do certain things in politics. There's a difference between opponents and rivals and enemies. So we do not take the position of calling any black person our enemy because they are our fellow oppressed people. The issue of the tensions, I don't think people should exaggerate tensions, as I say. Tensions in politics, as I say, it's a competitive space. You know, we're all competing for the same voter pool, so to speak. So, you know, now and again, there'll be that kind of jostling. As long as we all ensure that we do not escalate that into something else, because that this country cannot afford it. Yeah. That's really all I can say about. It's in the Constitution. It's not even what we're articulating here is in the Constitution of the MK party. Now, and that Constitution says you will not be attacking other political formations, even under provocation. So, in fact, the more you provoke us, the more quiet we're going to be. That's going to be the order of the day. The judge is not us. The judge is the people of South Africa. When the people of South Africa go to the polls, they will decide whether they want to deal with those who are insulting or those who are insulted, as it were. Yeah. And you know, and that position, by the way, is not a position that is taken out of cowardice. I must make that very clear. It's not a position that is taken out of cowardice. It is a position that is taken out of political maturity. For 400 years, our people were defeated because they were divided. The enemy, since they arrived here in 1652, knew that the way to deal with the people of this country is to divide them. And for the past 400 years, that they've been doing that in various forms, either by fighting us in so-called tribal formations, up to more recently when they formed homelands. and the so-called black-on-black violence that I spoke about of the 80s, all those were forms of dividing our people to ensure our perpetual oppression. So we're not going to do that. It's hashtag Andizi, or MK says hashtag Andizi, to repeating the same mistakes of the past centuries. And as I say, those of us who witnessed some of these things, can remember right here where we are, where people were being butchered and killed. There are children, if you walk around here, who have no parents because of that. So we're not going to, we're not available for insults. We're available to be insulted.
That is a twisted logic. We must never fall into that trap. This organization has got regional offices, has got provincial offices, national office. It has got a solid machinery, highly grounded all over South Africa. The vote tja rena tja EFF a di Dali Mpofu fela, di tswa everywhere. Unlike about the vote tja maZulu Natala fela, but claim or no, they are a national party. They are IFP light. They are not a national organization. They exist and get their votes in KZN. We can organize a rally in KZN. They will never organize a rally in Malamulela. They will never organize a rally anywhere outside KZN because they are a regional party. How can a regional party destroy a national organization? Why do you allow a smaller Nyana organization of an old man to destroy the EFF? Let us not allow this old man to destroy the EFF. That old man, we defeated him before. We brought him here in this constitutional court and we said pay back the money, and he paid back the money. He has been forgiven us for that. Fighters, all the cases we won against Jacob Zuma, he never paid the legal fees. Zuma is owing us the legal fees. We've got an order that he must pay us our money because we're defeating him in court. Now he has not complied with that order of paying our money. We just instructed our lawyer to go and attach Nkandla so that the man pays back our money. We want our money that Zuma owes us from here, this constitutional court and the High Court in Pretoria, everywhere where we've been winning against Zuma. They said he must pay our legal fees. He never paid our legal fees. He wants to play dirty. Bring it on. Give us our money tomorrow. Otherwise, you are attaching gun. Comrades, we are not going to play nice with people who are playing rough with us. We are not in a church here. People cannot fight us. And in exchange, you say we must give them roses. We are not going to offer the other side. You hit this side, I hit back. I don't hit the other side. And we will never allow a situation where we are made pushovers here by political non-entities who know nothing about the groundwork. The fight is on. What is the fight about? It's the fight to defend the soul of the EFF. It's the fight to defend the unity of the EFF. I hear here people are talking about Dr. Ndlozi. Dr. Ndlozi is a member of the EFF. He's a leader of the EFF. And there is no any organization that can claim him except the EFF.